Hello, good morning, good morning. Goldie is moving up bullish. I'm currently looking for some buys. See if we can get a quick one here. 5 minutes about to close in about 20 seconds. We're kind of like in a range here on the 5. We got support. There's resistance up here. There's a bull run from the Asia session. There's a bit of like a retracement here. So I'm going to see if I can get some kind of setup. Nothing yet. I was kind of anticipating something to be formed here, but price came down instead. Just came straight down. Created that scenario. I got resistance. Over here, we're just like having some kind of small resistance. Minor resistance, but all this is clean range, right? On the left-hand side. All that is clean range. So I anticipate maybe it's that 5 minutes going to close like this. And then next candles are going to start to break above to correct this range up towards like resistance again. So that's what we're waiting for. Potentially as a confluence. Gold climbs as oil retreats on mid-east diplomacy mark. Yep. So if you remember what we said from the video posted was that like a day ago on my channel over here. That shotgun play right there. So essentially what's going on here is if this is going to ease this tension in the Middle East with the US, we're gonna see gold move up. Right? There you go. So as you can see, gold is moving up. And we're gonna fill up a range over here on the daily time frame. So I said don't be surprised. That's currently what's going on right now. So we're gonna wait and see if we can continue to move up bullish over here. Get some buys in this week. Kind of like anticipated a little bit more of buys. So let's get a chat. Lock in or get locked out. It's that simple. Now let me see. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Maybe price is gonna come down like this. Yeah, I would like, oh man, if it could come down like this, that would be nice. And then pull back up. Because if it just moves up, then it's, yeah, that's gonna be difficult. Difficult to catch over there. So let's see if we can get that pullback. That would be nice. Perfect candlestick like that. Then boom. Boom. We should be able to break. Then that would also be like the 5-minute resistance. Right there. And yeah, then that's going to look very nice. Very nice confluence that would be. I would be actually happy to get a trade like that. We can get that set up. Because see, we're even at the lows, right? On the 5-minute here. We're retesting the lows. We'd like to retest that high by 45.60. So that's what I'm anticipating. But now we just gotta sit on our hands. Stocks rise and oil retreat, man. Oil must be coming down. Yeah. Oil is still melting here. It's on the way down. Oily. The black gold. Can we see gold spot shine again? You know, these are very nice prices here by 4,500 for investors to be getting involved. Such a big dip that was, eh? Oh, it looks like it's correcting without us here on the 5. Oh, it's gone. Man, it's filling the range I wanted to trade. Well, was there an entry? I don't think there was. There wasn't any entry. It's like small V-shaped formation here. Yeah, I don't see no entry. What's up, Timbo? Small console on the 1. I don't see it. Oh, I put the commands, by the way. Architect. Just a heads up. Yeah. What pattern do you look for entries in the 1 minute? It's a super secret pattern. It's called the TFX concept pattern. Super secret. Yeah, let him move. I guess at this point, let him move. I just gotta set something up again somewhere else. Remember, chat. If you want new commands on the stream, like these are the commands on the Discord that you can use on stream. If you got any suggestions, we're open to suggestions. We got like a suggestions box over here. Just drop a ticket. Click new suggestion down here. Drop a ticket. We try and make this the best live stream on YouTube. Quality wise, just everything. Oh, this is now getting filled over here. We're up to 45.61. No entry. Maybe above here. Man, this is a big range. This is a big range here. Exclamation mark, buy or sell. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm thinking like, is it worth a break above 45.64? It's a rather big range. It's like a similar thing like yesterday was. But I think I'd rather wait for a little bit more structure. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're up quite nicely, like 1.64%. On the 15-minute, let's see, 30-minute, little choppiness over here, little V shapes. On the 30-minute, you see our candle came down, boom. Next candlestick just skyrocket back up. It's a little bit of a V shape right here, but we got clean range. Yeah. It's on the 1 hour. A little bit of a wick fill. Hourly closing 46 minutes. This hourly already kind of had like a move. Right? It kind of already had like a move, but there was just no entry confirmation for that move. But it definitely did kind of like move up significantly. No TFX entry confirmation at least, but it had a move. A little bit of a 3 white soldiers going on here. A little bit of profit taking as we're approaching the highs of the 5-minute. That's 5-minute resistance. To get through that level, we're gonna need some heavy lifting. Yeah, so I think like price is gonna have to set up something here. Oh, this is a nice shotgun play, like during Asia. Boom. Came down, filled the range. Range was around like 75, 76, 77 pips. Yeah, but to get through this zone, we're going to need, most likely price is going to need to set something up here and then break above, such as this. 15-minute just closed like a bomber clot. Got a bomber clot closure here on the 15. Look at that extension, just like a bullish engulfing. 200 pip move plus. So hopefully this is just all like a retracement, right? Like this is what I'm anticipating. All this is just a pullback. So price can start like moving up again. I think that makes sense. Don't know why you would be looking for sells right now. If anybody you're looking for some kind of a sell. I think generally speaking, the market is having more buyers in right now than sellers. Let's see if it cooks up. Let's see if it cooks up. It could cook up any minute now. Oh man, look at this. It's just moving up here. Oh man. See, that's why I was thinking like, nah, if we just got the setup like earlier, that would be perfect. But now it's like just moving, man. This is momentum. It's still in a distribution right now. Still in a distribution. Look at this thing. Look at how much gas there is. Nice little kiss of death in there too. Notice that. Little psychological support. Price holding it up. But you see all that's just accumulation. It's kind of trying to break out of this general zone. That's why I was considering maybe take like a buy here. You see where it's breaking? Like where it's about to break? I was considering maybe take like a buy here. But I don't like the look so much of the structure there. It's a bit like choppy. Could have been cleaner. But there's a possibility for something by 45.64. But even the way it's approaching it now, it's not as appetizing. Unless it pulls down and then breaks again. So I'll just wait for... I'll just wait for a cleaner move. Although I can't see it. I can see it present there, but... You know, you always gotta ask yourself the question, are you happy to take a loss in this trade? If you ever take a trade by yourself, if you ever take a trade on the stream, you gotta ask yourself, are you happy to take a loss in this trade? So now you're gonna see the value of understanding why you're taking the trades. You know, so if you understand that, then you're gonna know that what kind of a trade you should be in. So I'm happy always if I wait for my position that I'm happy to take a loss. That's all this for all these trades. All these trades are on an insane win streak right now. All these freaking trades right here. I tell myself I'm happy to take a loss on each one of them. Each one of them. And that's what makes a good trade a good trade. But you know, if you're just gambling, you're gonna know that deep down inside. Your gut feeling, you will know. You will know. So you gotta like pay attention to that like gut feeling as well, because some of us, we do like these kind of like little gambling trades and then we get upset when they don't work out, but we're really happy when they do, right? But in the long run, they won't work out. That's the issue. And being disciplined sucks, right? No one likes being disciplined. Okay, it comes natural to some people in some areas, but generally speaking, like it takes definitely some work. See, there was a small move, but I got it. But when I see 20 pips try to close it, it went straight to 11. It happens. Where were you guys seeing this? I didn't see any consolidation plates. Oh, you're talking about like right here? I don't know. Even the sell, I don't know. Break of the low. Doesn't seem like there was anything. Hey Louise, the commands are all here. You're giving me like some good ideas, but anyway, you gotta like find all the commands over here on the Discord. Goldie's not done there. It's breaking that level now I was talking about. Right here. That's what I was contemplating taking a buy. Let's see if it would have played out. It's not a range that I want to take, but I would not be happy to take a loss on that. Let's see if it did play out though. Oh wow. Looks like it is. So far. Ah, decent close. Very nice. Oh, nice. It would have played out beautifully. TP smashed. Everybody's gotta have a dream. I got some profit taking here, see? First round of profit taking right there. Just pulling down. I could see it, I just did not feel comfortable about it. Let's see what the Owly looks like. Owly's extended too. Damn. It would be nice if it came down. Like if we got like some strong retracement, because Owly's a bit of extended. I don't know how much more it can push to those levels here. It would need to like close first, like 38 minutes. It would need to close to have enough juice that it's gonna keep moving up. Yeah, I did add that one too. Why is it not working? Let me go investigate. Do we need to add it again or what? Yeah, I did. There you go. It's working. Yeah, I hope this thing kind of retraces here for us. Only A plus setups, no more B, C, D setups. This thing needs to pull down. It's definitely extended a bit too much. Sold candles like 320 pips. But I think that was just a retracement move. You can see that compression quite nicely there on the 30. That nice little barcode. I see where it's heading. On the 4 hour, we still have clean range too. Towards like 4,700. Psychological. So I think this would be like the... got 4,600. We already tapped 46. 47 would probably be like the medium term target there for the daily. Or maybe even just a daily target actually. Yeah, it seems like a decent enough daily target. 4,700. 4 hour looks like it just did small liquidity grab as well below that level. Taking out these lows. It's trying to pull up again. I wonder how big that breakout was. Oh, it could be over here. Surprised that first entry didn't follow through, but I guess it's because of the hourly. That's already pushed so much. Let me see. What are we cooking here, Goldie? What are we cooking? Need price to come down a little bit more. Set that up again. Pull down and then re-break. Damn, asking a lot from the hourly, but... And we think we only got like 30 more minutes till the next hourly open. See, it might be facing a bit of weakness here depending on how candles start to close. It could start forming a rejection zone. But yeah, this is that break. It doesn't do it like at the first go. It had one go at it. And then it's eventually going to try and break out of here. So yeah, I think I'll still take it if we can get like a few pips out of it. Very nice. Let it pull down. It's cooking. It's cooking. Why I'm cooking so good? See how it's hanging out by this level? But that break will be too soon, my friend. That will be too soon of a break. See how it rejects? Oh. Yeah, I definitely see something there. I wanted to respect, come on, it's pushing in the last minutes, seconds. I needed it to respect resistance somewhere over here. I don't think I'm gonna take it yet. I'm gonna wait to see. Yeah, some kind of resistance respected. What time is it? So the idea is if we can break above these wicks, we have a little clean range to keep moving up here towards like 45.71. Correct? Like that's the range I'm looking to correct. You see it's flirting with this area. See, we created a support right next to that resistance. Why would we do this? It's to support the idea that price can continue moving up. But if we can break above those highs, that would be nice. The 15 minutes created a support. All right, boom, boom. Created that resistance. That should be all right. I'm going to get in if it breaks the highs. Only thing I wish is we had like a fresh hourly. So I would expect like some kind of a pop from this. Still. Got 1 more minute for a new 5 open. It would be perfect at least if this candle here can close. That this 1 minute does not break. So at least we can get the new 5 open. New 5 open, create a bottom wick would be nice. Actually, I think it might try something like, you know, sometimes it pushes towards a few seconds before the next 5-minute candle opens up. So I'm just going to get ready for like a re-break of that 5-minute high. There's about 17 seconds, but it could still do it. Like it would push up towards entry, let's say like 5 seconds. And then maybe it's better to wait. It closes because that new 5 could pull back. And then get it like this again. But okay, looks like it's not going to do that this time. We just got the new 5 open. Creating like a bottom wick. But I think the structure kind of got ruined. Yeah, the structure kind of got ruined here. So I'm going to need this candle here to at least close bearish. Before any breaks. About like 28 seconds. Needs to close bearish. I hope it closes bearish. It's the first minute of the 5-minute open. All right, nice. Looks like we got that closure. It's not, look, if it's going to reject, it's going to reject, right? Look at where we are currently. If it's going to reject, it's going to reject. Look at the way the 5 minutes come down. But if we flip and re-break these highs, then I think, it makes sense that price is going to move up. Look at the size of this bottom wick as well that we formed. The bottom wick, a reflip, break of the highs. Why? What's the probability that price will not go up? I think it's less of a probability. Oh, it broke towards the lows. No. I'm assuming it's because the freaking hourly is a bit extended, to be fair. But it broke the opposite direction, man. Look at this. Look at this go over here. It was a nice little 70 pip move. Broke the opposite direction. But I guess like you could see that this was an important zone where like price was kind of like struggling, correct? That's why we're waiting for the break of the high. But it looked like it played out as a nice confluence for the sellers instead. Yeah, there's a move like right there. Actually, they're right here as well. About like 95 pip drop. Would have been nice if we were looking for sells, but you see we're not looking for sells. Or I'm at least not. Maybe you are, but I'm not looking for sells right now. It's up almost 2% there on the daily. Maybe we can still salvage this area over here. Right there. I don't know how salvageable that is, but I think it should be fair. That would be a nasty liquidity grab if we salvage that. Holy. Imagine this. Imagine this 5 minute flips and breaks the highs. Look at the size of that liquidity grab. Massive liquidity grab. Little nice little SMA confluence in there too. Just waiting on that volume to kick in, break the highs to confirm direction. Yeah, I think I'll still take it. That's because of how juicy that 5 liquidity looks. Look at the size of that liquidity grab here, chat. Insane. Oh, man, if this thing flips, holy. If this thing flips, it could be a real bumbleclot. I see the aggression coming in. Buyer aggression coming in. If you don't think it's a good trade, you just paper trade, just watch it. Oh my days. Look at the size of that liquidity grab. Holy. Question is, will it break in the last 30 seconds? Oh, that's a sketchy one. Because if it breaks and it doesn't push, it's gonna do with a low volume. It's gonna close like a doji with a long bottom wick. That's really sketchy. Because the next candle can open up and then fill that wick to the downside. So maybe it's better here that it closes like this, resistance, and then the next 5 opens bullish. Because you do not want to see a doji with a long bottom wick. Alright, new 5 open. It's getting a little voluminous, isn't it? Like the way the candles are reacting on the 1 minute right now. It's getting like, it feels a bit agitated. It feels like there's a lot of activity going on right now. The potential setup, that's why. There's just one sell right now and there's this buy cooking up. So I think there's like a real battle going on between the buyers and sellers right now. And kind of like preempt the opportunities. Oh man, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's coming up here. We need a clean sweep. 1 minute's about to close. I want to see this 1 minute here break. If it doesn't break, at least create like a doji, bearish closure. Which I think it might be doing now. Yeah, bearish closure. See, the 5 minutes, we shouldn't be breaking these highs if price doesn't want to go up. See how it's reacting on this level? Just look at the higher time frames. Look at the 5. Look at the break. I feel like we're going to get a violent reaction once we get through it. Get ready for war, Spartans. There's going to be a violent reaction. I just hope we get filled in properly. Damn, I hate it when it does this so close to the entry. Oh my days, break. If you're gonna break, break already. Jeez. Another resistance formed. It takes so long sometimes, man. Like, holy. Hope we get the clean follow through. It's like it's teasing. It's teasing the entry right now. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not really a good sign, but it's still valid right now as of now. Literally teasing the entry. Flipping heck. If my finger twitches, I'm gonna hit buy by accident. You know, sometimes when you gotta wait for an entry for so long and you're on the buy, sometimes your finger, it gets like that fatigue, right? It gets that fatigue. Then it twitches, you hit it by accident. This is crazy though. I hope at least it gets filled in. It's gonna be a W trade. I hope at least we get filled in properly. Because I know orders are gonna come in there. It's nice. It would be nice if it closes bearish here and then starts to pull back up again, because that will give us like a double confluence. It's like hovering right by the highs. Right by the highs right here. See where all this action is happening. We just need to follow through. The 5 minute just did a liquidity grab, I think. Or it came to retest the previous 5 minute lows. Remember, I'm still looking at that massive liquidity grab that we had on that previous 5 minute. On my broker, it seems we broke the wick. If you can see on my broker over here on the right hand side, it looks like we broke the previous 5-minute lows like a liquidity grab. Hey, what's going on here? We got like some crazy force field by 45.67. Sheesh. Because if we can break that wick, we got at least some little bit of clean range. Sellers are trying to hold that level like crazy, but you know the daily's up almost like 2%. So they're quite brave. If we get through this mark here, price can really like start moving. It's just like the hourly pushed up a bit. We have 15 minutes until the next hourly open. What broker do I use? IC Markets. Why don't I use futures? I've just been trading like I'm used to the way I trade right now. I don't have any restrictions. It would be nice if this candle here closed first, but I will still get in if it breaks. Man, this is crazy, chat. The build-up is insane. Insane build-up here by the highs. Because once we break that high, like just expect a violent reaction, right? You're going to see either like a clean move and it does what it's supposed to do, price action-wise, or just be ready to close out. But you're going to see a violent reaction by 45.67 for sure. That's how you see we're hovering right next to it. That's an entry. This is an entry here. A lot of people are waiting on this entry. That's what makes TFX concepts the way it is. A lot of people are waiting for that entry right there. I think the only thing would be like if there was like a huge seller that came in, or if it was just the market that wanted to like pull down before moving up again. Either of those two, but I think most people will be willing to buy right there. Oh man, I feel like Mark Ween's eating some food right now. Oh, if y'all ever watch Mark Ween's, the food vlogger, his reactions, man, too good. He created the reaction of eating food. You see, like everybody got like some kind of reaction when they eat food. That guy invented the reaction. Oh shit, okay. Any one of these 1 minutes can stop breaking, chat. Oh man, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. So it's gonna be such a crazy move. The reaction is gonna be mad. Yeah, I just hope we get filled in if it's a W trade. I just don't want to get off my win streak right now. But eventually it's gonna happen. It's gonna eventually happen. Let's see. What are we even on? What am I on right here? About 11 win streak. Oh, the build up. What are we waiting for? Is it the hourly? Got 10 more minutes for the hourly open. That's why I said that hourly is a bit pesky because it had an extension already. Higher time frame wise, it would be nice to get a new fresh candle. Moved my entry to 68. If it breaks the lows, the sellers are gonna try and come in again. Right here by 45.61. So let's see if it actually breaks the lows and pulls up again aggressively. That would be a beautiful liquidity grab confluence again. See how the 5 minutes reacting over here? Look at this anticipation. We have this massive fat liquidity grab from here, from the sellers previously. But it may be a wick fill if they get through this wick over here. It could either be a wick fill or we could get one more liquidity grab before breaking the highs. But we need to get through those highs for any buys. Their sellers coming in. They're coming in. They got a better leeway over here. So we need like a big buyer to come in to kind of like pull them up as a liquidity grab. They got leeway. I don't know if we're going to get anybody try and push them up, but in this market, there's a lot more buyer confidence than there's seller confidence because we're up almost 2% on the daily. Let's see, you can get like a big one. Yeah, liquidity grab. Remember, it's all about, that's why I say you always got to be happy. Wait, with the trade that you take, right? Because it's about confidence. Like if you're a seller in this market, you're not too confident, something like this could shake out the sell idea and starts pulling up like this. That's why I always say you always got to take a trade. You say to yourself, I'm happy to take a loss in that trade. Because you need to be confident about your idea. You know, they say, you're the man who has nothing to lose. And in this scenario, the buyers have like a bit more overall volume. Look at that 5-minute liquidity grab on my broker here on the right hand side. I would expect if it does push up before the new hourly open, at least to give us like 20 plus pips before retracing back down to push up again. Just due to the fact that we've been hanging around here for a minute now. But hey, if he wants to chill and come down, I'm perfectly okay with that. It's just sometimes the market, it rewards more the ones who execute in these times of a little bit of tension. It's not always rewarding the easiest setups. It requires risk. You know, life requires risk for reward. So if you think you're going to go through life for free, it's not going to work. You can't be a penny pincher. It's never going to work. Damn, but this is the longest I've been in an entry since I can't remember when. I bet you if it's gonna be a W trade, I bet you the market might try and do a Judas trick and only give me like maybe a second or two to get in, maybe less. If you give me a second or two, that'd actually be okay. But I think it's just gonna give me less and then just pop up. Let's see. Yeah, so we can get our seat, right? It's like you gotta have like a lot of people boarding the plane and everyone's boarding the plane so quickly. There by 45.67. Yeah, I don't mind. Come down, Goldie. Come down. We got 5 more minutes. Take your time. Take your time, baby. Don't rush this. Don't rush this structure right here. I see that's why you respected it so nice. See how close it came all these times? We could have executed this trade about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're like almost like 10 plus times we could have almost executed. But if it takes its time, that's better. No need to rush. No need to rush. We don't need to be creating new structure and trying again. I think that's the best thing the buyers can do here. Just let the sellers get it. For now, let them give like some kind of sells that they make a little bit of money so we can get them out the way later. Trading is like a video game, right? It's a game between buyers and sellers. So it's a bit of strategy as well. So you can imagine sometimes you gotta give away so you can get more. All right, chill for a bit. Holy, holy, holy. That's a morning coffee right here. How about waiting for another 1 minute resistance close on your entry? Yeah, it's good now. Why do donuts sound so appealing? I've never been a big fan. Man, remember when we got a Krispy Kreme? I think it's called Krispy Kreme. We got a Krispy Kreme open up where I was living. It was so nice, man. Everybody was going for those donuts. Like, even the plain ones are so good. But yeah, right now, when you've been on like a bit of like a health run, the slightest things can make you feel a certain way. Like, yeah. Too much oil. Stuff like that, Bob. Something big is coming. Oh, yes. I just hope it breaks. I hope it breaks the highs. Yeah, hourly is about to open up here in 2 minutes. Sheesh. Look at how like not by accident the market is. How can you can't have structure like this by accident, chat? How can you have structure like this by accident at a key entry confirmation? You know, if the market always wanted to get you, Rem, if there's always a shark in the water, if I was the market, I would just spike through this level a bit and then bring it down a couple of times, right? But that would also look a bit random. It will look a bit weird. You know, the market doesn't like giving it away so much as well. That's why I'm under the impression it doesn't like to let you know so much that it can do whatever it wants. So most of the time, it's going to pick it only when it makes the most sense. But you see how close we came towards our level? So many times. We still didn't break the high. Market is psychology. Psychology is everything, you know. It's not always going to be... you can't learn a process by being too rigid about it, you know. That's why you're never going to be Tiger Woods if you're learning to play golf from Golf for Dummies book. And, you know, like, it's also a bit of an art. Like anything else, cooking, whatever it is that you do, engineering, it's always going to be a bit of an art. So, you know, when you try and figure out the market so much with your order flows and all of these things, you don't allow yourself that type of exponential growth of understanding, right? You got to understand the game. You can only do that when you take off the tricycles. You got to take those tricycles off. You got to ride the big boy bike. To be a true guru at something. It's nice to have the tricycles from time to time. You know, we got them here as SMAs, you know, we got SMAs. But even when you look at events like macro events, those macro events don't come with an indicator. You know, Trump can say something and then you're going to see the market move maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Interest rate decisions can push it the next day or the day after that. Like with the last rate cut that we got in 25, I think Powell said, and then the next day was doji bearish, and then the next day it started moving up like more aggressively on gold. Is my live stream live on Discord? Yep. Zero latency on Discord. Very quick. Here on YouTube, you guys are getting at least, when I do this, you see me, I'm like 10 seconds in the future. That's the average latency on what do you call it? On YouTube. So I'm technically in the future. Well, the only way to make big money 2026 is insider trading. Damn, yeah. You know the amount of insider trading that Trump has been doing? I think Voidzilla did a video on this. So, like, you know, CoffeeZilla, I think he has 2 channels, Voidzilla. Man, he did a whole breakdown on this. On how much money that Trump is making and people working at Congress right now. Just ask Nancy Pelosi, she'll tell you. People in Congress are the ones who are able to get away with insider trading. So instead of opening up a hedge fund, I think like Congress would be sick. If you gotta, people own a hedge fund, the goal is not to own a hedge fund. The goal is to own a bank, because when you own a bank, you got a little bit more or less restrictions. So you're gonna become the bank. But if you work at Congress individually, you're gonna have less restrictions. They're allowed to do it. It's not a, it's really just, people know, but no one gonna get like for insider trading, because everybody is doing it. You know what I mean? It's like you're just gonna expose yourself, and you put yourself in a situation you don't want to if you start putting people behind bars for insider trading. So it's funny how Trump makes so much fun of Pelosi for it, and her portfolio, yet he's the one raking it in like crazy. I mean, insider trading could be anything, you had Trevor Noah when he's doing his shows, or going for the Oscars or whatever, like hosting the Oscars, he could just start a PolyMarkets for the word cake. What's the probability Trevor Noah says cake during the Oscars, right? That's insider trading. He's just gonna do it, and then he's gonna go and say cake. He made a joke about it as well. Nice. New hourly is open. You see, now we're fresh. We got some fresh buns. Fresh buns in the bakery here. Fresh buns with the new hourly open. So we should be good now. Oh man, this better play out, Chad. This better freaking play out. I'll be mad if this don't play out, because it's so clean right now. It's like an A+ setup. It's so clean. It's better. I would take this trade 100 times over. 1,000 times. Actually, my whole career, I'll take this trade, which I've been doing. But this is very clean. If we could get a trade like this every day, this simply, man, it would be perfect. Because other setups are sometimes a bit harder to see. Yo, but the trick here is definitely not to get stuck in too early, because it could still flirt with 45.67. It might be waiting for this new, let's see, Goldman sees sharp 2Q aluminium deficit, lifts price forecast. And if you're putting too much effort in this trade, it only means that you haven't learned how to take these setups yet. Because you have to understand, these setups are happening in different variations throughout the day, right? The TetraFX concept is just like one of them. So if you're putting too much weight on this one, it just means that you just don't know exactly what you're looking for. Don't be massaging those accounts to full port. We got one more minute for the new 5-minute open. Man, I love breakout trading, chat. I like a prison break. Breakout traders, unite. But I think people trade breakouts differently. Like, we all look for like a similar type of thing, but they're gonna approach it very differently. I never learned this breakout system from anybody, because everybody got the kind of like perspective. Oh wow, where do all these people come? All of you people who just joined the stream right now, where are you normally? Why are you just chasing signals? All you extra people here, you know yourselves. I see you. I see you right there. You know yourself. Where are you normally? See you right there. Just like the action, huh? Y'all just like the action part. You don't like the cooking part. You just like to eat. That's what you like to do. Y'all just like to eat. What's Nas doing? Oh, you got a trade on Nas. Nice. Y'all creep me out low-key. All you extra people who just join like that, you creep me out because I don't know how y'all do it. You always come at the same time together and you don't comment. You're like very quiet. Low-key creepy. I don't know how y'all do it. Like you live in the same house. You're always at the same time. Yeah, like that. They always come and go at the same time somehow. It's weird. The internet. Alright, chat. So it looks like build up. Oh, you see, this is what I meant. You see how close it came? It still hasn't broken. I'm gonna need to extend this a bit. Look at how close it came, but it didn't break. That's what I meant. That was gonna be a way to get in too early. See, we called it. So with a move like this, you gotta be very careful. It literally came right to the entry. Right to the entry, but it didn't fully break, you see? It's trying to wipe out. Look, it's trying to wipe out people before it makes a real move. It just got out some people there without pullback, I think. That's why I don't like to use buy stops. This is what happens when you use stop orders sometimes. Even the spread could slightly increase at that point just to trigger you in. That's crazy. It came literally right to the entry. It didn't trigger the alert, but I think it was like a 0.1 pip. 0.1 pip right into it. It's shaking out people. So RIP. RIP to the first buyers who got in too early. Rather get in late than early. Rather get a bit of slippage, but be sure. Fallen soldiers. See, that's why I mean it's very specific, the market. You see like how many times we came to retest this area at these entry points. It's very specific to what should happen. You see like this one, it actually came 0.1 pips to breaking. Imagine chat, 0.1 pips. How much more efficient can you get, right? But when we get a proper break, we should see it like a proper reaction. We just got a new 5-minute open as well. Oh, we did fill a liquidity grab. You see that liquidity grab wick? We did end up filling it. We filled the wick. Then we're kind of rolling over back again to retest the highs up here. Break with some girth. Damn, like what's so special about this zone? Besides the entry confirmation, you know? It's like hesitating too much. It's here the sell from Asia. Come look yesterday, exactly the same. Remember, chat, if you want new commands, just come onto Discord here, submit a suggestion with a command and what it should say. We're taking our custom orders here. That's what gold is doing right now. That's cooking up some serious buyers and sellers. Consolidation breakout entry above the entry wicks, a little bit of a fake out entry with a new 5-minute open. Very nice. Reason to hold, once tapped will push the momentum. Confirmation entry, breakout candle. Yeah, clean. Your entry could have come in a higher up. You see where you draw your break of structure? That's where your entry should have been. Price up around 0.40% after market open. 3-second trade, 44 pip rocket. Beautiful. Very nice. Slowing down a bit.
Breakpoint is the bottom of a range that did something similar to the downside on 5-minute structure. Need a big boy to bring us across the line. FTMO is running an average full pip spread. I might have to get out because this is close, not worth taking.
All right, I think they might be coming in now. The big boys.
What can be target if trying to hold this a bit for longer than 20 pips?
Target could be like 30 pip. You look at 30 plus. Hey, it depends on how it breaks though. You know, sometimes it breaks, you get these crazy moves which could give you like even 100 pips. And not just one break. That's how I secured that's how I ended up securing how much was it? 7%? No, 15% yesterday. So remember, the journal here is in the description box. If you want to keep up with the trades, it's in the description box. And also the links to the trades are being sent. You can see the images and everything. The videos on my socials. Nobody does it as consistently as we do. Before, after pictures, signals, videos, MetaTrader screenshots, entry confirmation throughout the day. It actually takes time, chat. It takes a lot of time to put that information out there. Nobody does that. Most streamers, they just come, they stream, and then you see them next time. You don't know what they did. You don't know what they were up to at all. So you come on the Discord over here, just go to TFX signals, right? They're the positions that I took yesterday. Say this. These are all positions. So we do this on a day-to-day basis. So don't ask me about lot size. Don't ask me about this, about that. Just come, do a bit of due diligence. Like, the information is out there. The information is there. Would I adjust entry if this consolidation continues to establish a lower higher range? I will adjust my entry if the setup actually comes like a little bit sooner. If it sets up within this range that we're currently in, and this range is around 144 pips, then I would adjust like something like this. If it gives me a setup here. Obviously, I don't want that to happen because it makes it a bit more competitive rather than just taking the one everybody can see. But I see it can cook up here already. To respect this resistance and come down to retest the lows and then set up something. You see what I mean? If it pulls down heavy and then retests its highs, might even have to get in a bit earlier. And then the problem is, like, the market will force you to take that trade because usually it's the ones which sometimes you're not feeling it. It's the ones which you can see a confirmation and then it requires execution, because the super safe ones like this that everybody can see can sometimes also be risky. So if you already got like an entry from here, by the time you're getting into your second entry confirmation, that's already 20 pips up. So the market rewards those who take a risk, you know. But we haven't yet gotten it though. If you're new to the stream, drop a 1 in the chat so I can see your name. Simba. Yeah, Simba the Lion King is new. Haven't seen that before. Welcome, welcome. Any major news about to come? It holds like this before usually news. There's typically no news during the London session. Mostly that's like happening during New York time, right? Unless Trump is up here at 5:20 planning on tweeting something. Maybe he can't sleep. But most of the time, you're going to get most of those news events happen like New York session. That's why I love the London. It's a little bit more clean. You don't typically have to wait for worry about any of that. Right now for news today, oh, Trump is speaking later at 7:20 p.m. That's much later in the day. That's shortly before. Yeah, that's much later in the day. It's an orange folder, but Trump is speaking later today. It's 5 a.m. Eastern right now, and Trump is speaking at 7 p.m. So this has nothing to do with that talk. I feel like it's just PA. But chat, we're up like 2% here on the daily, you know? Like price on gold should be still moving up. Oil is coming down again with easing of tensions in the Middle East. Potential deals on the table. We're seeing our retracements on oil and gold is moving up. Also retracing to the upside. So, yeah, I think it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Don't forget it's a bank holiday this Friday in the UK. Oh, nice. Thanks for the heads up. But if the market is moving, then I think we're probably still gonna be involved. Because like even on days there's no bank holiday, you might even get like bank holiday PA. And on days there is bank holiday, you're getting normal PA. So I guess it just depends, right? You just kind of show up. And then see how it's moving. A lot of the time it's about showing up. People just love the excuses, right? They love the excuses, especially people who live like in Eastern timing. It's also about not waking up early. So they love the idea that they're just gonna, wait for the NY, which is also fine, I suppose. Like as long as it goes with your lifestyle and you can maintain consistency. But if you can wake up, you gotta like wake up. You gotta try and wake up for it. Because I think what the NY people have been experiencing of late is Asia crazy moves, London crazy moves, and then they come for NY and they look at the day and they're like, what? How's price already moved so much? It's because money doesn't sleep. If money sleeps, bro, money doesn't sleep. It doesn't matter about New York. Nothing so special about New York. Like money does not sleep. Everybody's trying to cash this money. That's why you see during like rate times when there's like interest rate decisions, man, you think we're gonna wait around and see, oh, when are the New York traders? No. If we get like rate cuts, price is gonna move throughout the Asia. It's gonna move throughout Asia. It's gonna move throughout London session. The early bird catches the worm. Man, I remember when I used to start waking up for my pre-Londons as well. That did take a lot of commitment. Like for Frankfurt Open, a little bit of Asia. Takes a bit of commitment, but you definitely can get done with your trading day within like an hour, right? Within like an hour or two. You don't have to be glued to the chart, just like 1 hour. But it depends on your strategy as well. Usually when we get our entry confirmations over here, we'll typically get them within the first hour. If not the first 30 minutes, 15. Yeah, but it's crazy that Goldie is not breaking yet, though. It would be a shame for having all of this consolidation just to break to the downside. Because you also still have sellers below here. Right, so that's kind of like a counter trend bias below the support here by 45.53. It's a shotgun down. Oh, yeah, it's already set up an entry confirmation as well. Yeah, true. We got that shotgun. So you see now, candlestick has closed. Oh, damn it. Candlestick has closed below support. We got a bit of a shotgun play. Right here. See, it's breaking the lows. There's some potential sellers coming in here with this 5-minute close below like 45.56. But it still needs to, if it breaks below these wicks, that's a much stronger confirmation right below those wicks. Hourly candle is still fresh as well. If you see this hourly, it's still kind of like a doji. So it hasn't had like any move yet. Got a bit of like 8 SMA holding it or weighing it down just a little bit more. 30 minutes in our favor in confluence. 15 minutes in our favor. 5-minute will be in our favor if we break above here. So only thing the sellers really got at this point is that hourly 8 SMA as a psychological resistance. Let's see if price can shoot up. Inverted head and shoulders pattern forming. Just found your stream this week. Like it so far. Market today is too slow, no direction. I mean, we're up like 2%, my friend. That's quite a bit of direction for gold. Daily bias is bullish. Maybe you mean like the session. The session has been kind of slow, I guess, since the London open here at 4 a.m. Yeah, we did move up, but we've just been ranging. You see, there's no direction. You're correct. Like until there's an entry confirmation, and the only time entry confirmations are coming, it's either going to be below here. I really wonder why the buyers haven't yet swept this level though. It's quite interesting because I feel like everything lines up. Like the macros line up. We're already up like 2% on the day. Like it all lines up. We just got a new fresh hourly candlestick. So it's weird. There's no news. There's nothing. Maybe someone's having breakfast. But if you see price gonna break here, at least you're gonna see some sort of a direction. It's funny, I don't know how we went from so much anticipation here, even on this small break, to really cooling off. Maybe the market's just taking its time with it, you know? But remember, like the setup doesn't have to be this. This is just the entry for now, but that does not have to be the strict entry. It could still shape it up down here, because now we're playing within 144 pip range. So you might even get like an earlier entry here. And you know what would be awesome? Because if that was going to be like a running trade and it keeps going up, you know, this is going to be a really good sign for you once it's also breaking above here, as more volume would come in. So as price is going up, you know, you gotta secure like partials. Maybe secure like 80%. Maybe trail the 5 minutes. Oil is going up now. Oh, wow. Yeah, why is oil going up? That's true. That's true. Oil is going up now. Why is the oil going up? Why is it pulling up so much? Oil had a nice little clean range as well. That just filled up. From here to here. Oil. Cristiano Ronaldo. Trump fake tweet affect a lot. Yeah, you just gotta go follow Mr. Trump over here. You gotta go follow Mr. Trump on Truth Social. And say, hey, Mr. Trump, what are you posting here today? 5 hours ago, he posted terrible! Exclamation mark. So breaking California mass in-person election fraud crimes caught on camera. Iran's flex of long-range ballistic missiles vindicates Trump may change European calculus. Highly respected Prime Minister of Hungary. Oh, I think this is the White House. Current polling. Plus 14%. Polling if Trump endorses challenger. Plus 36%. Guys moving more than markets. All right, I think a time like this, we have to go and consult the powers that may be during this consolidation here. What shall... Oh, okay, no, I thought that was going to be a setup here. I told you, this setup is sneaky. There could be a move that's going to pop in like somewhere around 45.60 right here, but I think it needs to come up. Retest that level a little bit and then look for the break. Get a bit of an earlier entry confirmation there. What direction shallst gold breaketh at this point in time? Bullish or bearish? Get our fortune told. Shuffling the deck. Hopefully we can get the cards out in time. We got about possibly entry might be coming in next 2 minutes if the candles close the way I think they will. So let's see. Bullish, the page of currencies and the mysterious X4 tail and upward break. A revelation once the market sheds old names. Yet beware paper hands. Expect brief capitulation or false dips that may prey on the timid. No, not a lasting descent. Yeah, there was a false break that we already actually experienced up there. That preyed on the timid. Now, this is where potentially you might see that that the market may set up. Again. If you can get like a strong bearish closure. I wish it was set up a bit better, but this is a potential entry here. On the 5 minute, we have clean range to shoot back up. We got rejections here. You can see we got massive rejections. Now on the 5. So I like the idea of buys down here, because also we're going to have this strong zone that we're rejecting. We got a little clean range here. Oh man, it's breaking the lows. See, all right, still holding. For sellers to come in, they need to break there. So you're going to see like potentially more sellers come in, but you know, we're looking for buys. But the way it's going right now, it's going like as if we're getting the break to the lows. You see, it's the same break that we're looking to take up here, but the problem is now it's breaking the lows instead of the highs. See, we would have already been at TP right now if it broke the highs. This was the same reaction that I was looking for. I'll be right back. Alrighty then. Small little rejection, huh? But I think it did at least like 20 pips. You can see on the 5 minute. See if there's anything happening. Yeah, it looks like there's tensions going on around. Oh, we got a British plane here about to fly over the Middle East. Iraq is lit up. Iran's lit up. Pakistan, Afghanistan's chilling. It's like there is some kind of activity though today. See how many pips was that though? It broke and then went for 20, 23. Dude. I'm thinking about considering this like a small manipulation here. But I think what I want to see is like an inverted over here, some kind of inverted confirmation, because that bit of manipulation was quite a big dip. See, it might have been still thinking that same idea. We're looking for longs here, but went for manipulation first. So I want to see that little bit of structure form and then hit it back up.
Anyone respected by Trump means he is benefiting from their country one way or the other. Could it be nobody dare commit to big orders before Trump speaks again?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. We're already up like 2%, but I was thinking like at least get like a bit of a push here. Right? We don't have to like trend heavily to the upside, but we can at least fill some of this range. At least get, 20 pip, 30 pip, something. But yeah, maybe it's the case. But at the same time, people also, like, if price already moved up like 2%, what are we expecting then from Trump? Are we expecting more bullish news? Possibly. That means people will feel like a bit squeezed in to like take positions. As price is going up, institutions sometimes are like forced to buy because there's a lot of anticipation towards an event. So we just keep pushing up. We're already up like 2%. That's quite significant. But yeah, the way it looks right now, it's looking kind of weak. It keeps pulling down, It's a waste of a range over here because counter trend moves are not really what I'm looking for right now. But you see, if it continues to move down, this is where it's heading towards. That's its target. It's like a 114 pip move down towards the support.
Put a sell stop below the range as well, so I'm catching something either way.
Ah, nice. Yeah, either way, if you got the sell stop, you could have caught something there. Man said he's not leaving this negotiation without anything.
SMB Capital Trader that I watched on weekend, and he made 13 MUSD. He said I'd rather lose 500k on A+ setup than 50k on B+ setups.
Yeah, 100%. Me too. If we use that entry as a sell, hey, it's valid. It's valid. If you want to look for sells, the entry for the sell was valid. There've been more sell plays here, even since all the way up over here, remember? Because if you're looking for sell, there's this move that moved like 94 pips right over here. There's this move here that did how many pips? 15, close to 16, then pulled up aggressively. before moving down. Almost hit the break-even point there at 16 though. And let's see anything else here. No more sells here. And then there was just this big one right below here that moved 20 pips, like roughly around 25, 20 pips, 20, 25 before like pushing back up again. And then you see it's still coming down. It was just like when it does, it's also kind of shaking people out. But it seems we've got the distribution more to the downside of that zone. It's coming down to fill this range. It's alright, I'm still looking for buys anyway, you know. Like if it didn't work out here, and it didn't work out here, maybe we're just gonna get better buy points, I guess. Better buy entries because it's retracing down. So that's still fine with me. Let's just see what it does. I'm gonna give it like about like an hour. I'm gonna give it just like about an hour. So probably just come retrace, check this area out over here, and then maybe set up, maybe get a corrective move back to the upside. No worries. This is just a really clean one, you know. It's like an easy one to see. Feel like the high we looked at before turned into no man's land? Yes. And you know, it actually went for that liquidity grab. Those timid traders that we got the fortune teller say. It was right over here. I could have been triggered in. I could have been triggered in. It came very close to the entry that I usually look for, the type of a break that I look for. You see, it spiked through the level. Let's even see how many pips it did. About 1.5 pips. 1.5 pips. But you see, if you're closing and like monitoring so strictly, then when you're trying to be so perfect, you get this situation where you hit it too early and then pulls you down. You see, that was the last liquidity grab up over here. So close to literally triggering positions for price to continue running upwards. Oh, Lee. Oh, my days. Not again, gold. Not again. Don't do this. Don't do this, Goldie. It's slipping on a bar of soap over here. Holy. When price starts to move like this, man, I get scared because the next candle can just drop another 100 pips. And it just keeps pushing down and down and down. Now we're down negative plus 1.4%. Could easily just take us down to 1%, 80%. Before you know it, we're like back to waiting mode on the daily bias. Man, what a sell-off, eh? See, it all came from this zone right over here. This was like the point A. And then that was a clean range on the 5 down towards like support. Oh, look at that. 1 minute. Rebroke the lows. That was about like 100 pips. That's respecting that 5-minute area. Beautiful. Look at that way it closed like support by the 5-minute support. We got 1 minute support closure by the 5-minute support area after dumping like 100 plus pips. Still pulled back up. Another 130. Crazy. But that's what I mean though. Like when you ask me about runners and stuff, sometimes you get these 1 minute candles just do like 100 pips. What are you gonna do? You know, you gotta secure something. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna secure something. If it wasn't for gold moving like this, I wouldn't be able to catch this type of moves. You see this? I wouldn't be able to catch this type of moves. It's insane. It's insane. I don't know like people are caught up to it or yet, but I'm not seeing many people talk about this on social media. I'm not following the right channels, but like I don't understand like people are not seeing what's happening here. Like, cause if you get a confirmation, you're at least getting like 20, 30 plus. Typically before retracements. You see like right here as well. Boom. This was about 25. This one was close to 16. It's kind of forgiving. You could have broken even potentially, but who knows? Best time to trade. Like if you look at gold market conditions right now, this is way better than anything. Like even during COVID, man, during COVID, I saw people make a lot of money. But like even now, it's better than a freaking pandemic. Like the way it's moving, because it's respecting PA, it's not ranging as much. The pandemic gave good opportunities, especially when like oil went down to negative. But now it's better. I've never seen it this good. And people I know who've been trading for 10 plus years have never seen it this good. So yeah, it's a blessing, man. That's what hard work gets you. You get ready for the next time, that when you become consistent, you're able to leverage off of the moves. Because I remember during COVID, I was still learning how to trade, like the first year of COVID. And you know, like I kind of felt like I was missing out, but there's always going to be another event. There's always going to be another 2026. That's what you got to look forward to. But if you give up now, then you know you're never going to be able to take advantage of that, because markets is going to be part of your life, whether you like it or not, right? It governs your life, your day-to-day life. So why not learn the matrix? Maybe you don't become a profitable day trader, but you learn how to read price action. In your ventures, let's say you open a jewelry shop one day and you're selling gold, at least you kind of get an idea of when the price of gold is going to go up based off the ranges and the macros. You know, that's a thing as well. Some people can't trade, but they can do amazing analysis. Like there's a difference between someone doing analysis on Bloomberg and someone sitting behind a desk ready to execute. So in either way, you're going to get something for your pain. That's the way I like to look at it. You're going to get something for your pain. Yeah, but I like 4,500 right now, still holding beautifully. I thought like 47 would be a target here on the daily, if we can keep moving up. All right, so let me see what's cooking on the 1 minute. Still nothing. So we retested the bottom of the range now. So we have to wait and see like some kind of a structure form here. All right, some pullbacks, a little more structure, and then to the upside. Looking at the monthly candle, I would say war no longer means gold goes up. Yeah, this time it didn't. It happens because it's just people going to move money from safe haven assets like gold into other areas. And that's why we're seeing these pullbacks. You never know, like even Trump could be liaising with the likes of Goldman Sachs and those huge hedge funds, and maybe they got some insider information of where they could make more money, because you know these are the same hedge funds which bail out the states whenever they got like a kind of depression. They always lean towards like the hedge funds also bail them out, right? Give loans to the government. So you never know, man. Like they could be liaising with the government, and that's why they're gonna find like better plays, because hedge funds use fundamental work. They don't use technicals. Maybe like 30% technicals. You know, they're going to use, but it's all macro driven events that they're going to make the money, because they're not like scalping per se, but they're holding over a duration of time, right? So macros give them that duration of time, more certainty, like a war. This war has been going on for like a month now, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why they could be more confident to like pull out of safe haven assets for now, but we can see them slowly coming back in with some easing potentially. And like the world is just one big game, you know, it's not always going to be random. So I would say the rich always get richer, right? Because they have access to this information. But as a retail trader, we can't compete like smart money concepts like that for obvious reasons. So we trade mainly technical work, like 90% of trading is technical for us. A lot of traders even stop here by the forex factory, such a vanilla thing to use. They stop and they call this fundamental work to come look at a red folder and some numbers. But this is gambling. This is nothing to... There's no due diligence you're doing here looking at this. But it just gives you an idea of the events which are like going to be coming up as well. You know what I mean? So I would say almost so much percent of this industry as retail traders, they're never going to do due diligence to that degree. But what I found the most powerful is keeping up with the macros to some extent. So that's how... that when we make these videos like this that nobody watches because, you know, obviously you guys want to watch something else, that's where now the confidence comes from. The confidence of understanding price action, direction. Wait, where is it? Right here. Yeah, breaking down the fundamentals, what Trump is saying, And that gives us a much more good confidence to what to expect from the week up ahead. So that's why we secured 15%, you know, in the freaking Monday open, because we're expecting buys. But people don't do that type of due diligence. They rather shop for a stream for like 10 minutes, see if I take a winning or a losing trade, and then you know, go a whole year and then keep struggling and keep wondering why it's not working. It's because you gotta, you know, don't dip your toe in, like Matthew McConaughey says. If you're gonna jump, jump. Don't dip your toe in and say, you know, I'm just gonna try this out. But yeah, we got a V-shape reversal right over here. So still no entry confirmation. You see, it didn't really give us much of a chance to get in with this kind of a structure. But we're still up like 1.68%. What's that? I got it lol in both accounts. She's now 1K. No bigger responsibilities. She needs to withdraw something here. Oh, nice. Yeah, for sure. That's crazy. That is amazing. What did the account start with? 500? $400. Very nice.
Looking at the monthly candle, I'd say war no longer means gold goes up. Iran rejects talks with Witkoff and Kushner talks.
Oh. Yeah, the reject talks gold should be coming down, but it's still moving up.
Like I said, if London's moves up fast, they often come down faster.
Sale time. Let's come back into that range. I mean, what we can say is, for the most part, London has just been playing the sells. Correct? So we had this beautiful range, which, by the way, 90%, when you look at markets, you can think of like this. Just ranging. They got that huge 10% distribution right over here, and then it's going to set this up again. Now we kind of know like the cycle of markets, so you got to know like where you currently are right now. Add distribution, profit taking at the lows, pullback now. These are just pullbacks, waiting for the next setup, next round of distribution, next direction. And you can see that cycle is going to repeat over and over. But you know, trading is a funny thing, because if you don't know what you're looking for, the market, let's say the market will show you what you're looking for. So you're gonna see this chart so differently based off of your understanding of market, like your previous education, if you trade FEGs or what have you, you're gonna see it a lot more different than me, for example, who doesn't trade FEGs, right? But it's just like one chart. It's moving all the same, like for all of us, obviously, but we're gonna see it interpreted very differently. So if you're not training your eye to look out for these things, you're just not gonna see them, right? It's like if someone says, think about a red car. If you think about a red car, you're gonna see more red cars on the street. Correct? If you don't think about the red car your whole life, you know, you've been thinking about that white car. You've been focused on that white car. You don't see the red car. You don't see the patterns in that red car because you're too focused on the white car. You know, so when you're learning how to trade, it pays to understand, like, and to look and be open to all the different colors of cars, right? And then you see which car is it that's kind of making the most sense for you, like the way it drives or whatever, etc., etc. And then, like, slowly you're gonna come back to that red car, but you gotta, like, you know, I would say it's good to explore a bit, but you know, you gotta stick with what makes most sense to you, right? Because some cars can be very cool. They look very cool, but maybe, you know, this car is the one that you need to go the distance, right? It's not cool, but it's a strong, solid foundation, this one. Correct? That's the one you want to go for. You go on a road trip, would you choose a Lamborghini or something a bit more stronger than a Lamborghini? That's what I mean. Because some of you, you're trading for a Lamborghini, right? Because you see Alex FXG does something cool, or you see, oh, this guy got like a cool little volume indicator here. So you're kind of like still looking at that white car, that little Lamborghini, right? But you got to be careful because that might not get you as far as you think. Yo, Warren Buffett, man. Warren Buffett's been lasting for long. And he drives that old Chrysler, right? Warren Buffett. Gonna learn a lot from mature people. And I see this is going up over here. Still that V-shaped reversal. So we're still waiting on that nice little bit of structure. I wish it did give it to us down here. It would have been clean. Clean move back to the upside. But you see, just fill the range. Like we normally say the cycle. Boom, boom, boom. Fills the range. Profit taking. See, when we do this on a day-to-day basis, it starts to click. Like something will start to click. Something will start to click. But you gotta like always keep showing up. And be involved, you know. If you join the mentorship, like, be involved. Gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet, you know. See, COMEX Gold Futures. As this COMEX Gold Futures technical setup remains bearish. The commodity continues to trade below both the 20 and 50-day simple moving averages. Let's see what this is about here. Yeah, now it has to build new structure. Fortnite style. Previous structure was destroyed. Someone threw a bazooka at it.
Gold prices climb as diplomatic efforts to end the Middle East war and a drop in oil prices eased concerns over inflation. New York futures gained 3.2% to $4,542.70 a troy ounce. Silver is up 5.2% to $73.18, while platinum rises 2.7% to $1,943.80 an ounce. The recent sell-off was driven largely by liquidity pressures rather than a fundamental shift, Saxo Bank analysts say. Higher oil prices have stoked inflation concerns in recent weeks, dimming hopes for near-term interest rate cuts and lifting both bond yields and the dollar. A partial normalization in these factors would relieve that pressure, allowing investors to refocus on gold's longer term.
Yeah, gold's longer term is what we're here for.
There was a nice entry at 1 minute at 45.52, break of the wick. Was that not valid?
45.52? No, that was not valid. I don't know what you're seeing here because, you know, price just went up and then it came down, then it went up again. So yeah, there was nothing there. It's bouncing at that 65. You up 99% this month? Yeah. And we have how many more days? Today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more days. For 5 more days. It's gonna be my first 100% month, risking like with good management. Because none of the trades we took really were like absurd. We just used like 2% risk maximum. Best thing for me I ever did was to stay on my lane. I never got influenced by the wrong things. I always stayed on my lane and it's paying off. Because if you look at the way I trade and the specific way that I trade, you will see that I put some effort into this whole perspective on markets. Correct? It's not copy paste TGR, ask ChatGPT, ICT course, or trend line, simple trend line thing. It's very specific. That's why you see even in a situation like this, there's a reason why we didn't trigger. And it came right to the T. And there's this very specific way we look at every variation of breakouts and potential runners. And we cover them like in the simulations. Because on the simulation, you can go through a lot of them like quickly. So you can kind of like see it and get the idea of the perspective. We got a little bit of a shotgun play over here. 45.58. Candlestick close above. There's a bit of range to keep moving here. Like almost 30 pips, but well, it could be like a confluence for later, but we're waiting for that 1 minute entry. But that could be a confluence for price if it was to move up. This range. It's like only 30 pips though. It's not that much. Told you only sells valid. Got 150 pips secured. What the push down? Nice. Yeah, good man. Very good. How many trades do you take on average in a month? 30 plus. This month I've taken around so far 34. Last month 37. January 45 in January. And remember, all the trades are going to be here. You'll be surprised. One or two, maybe 3 trades a day. It really adds up at the end of the month. So there's no point. There's no point like over risking. There's no point taking like crazy 5 trades a day and that sort of thing. Like it will really add up by the end of the month over there for you. See this? I don't know, man. Like it. I feel like people just gotta experience for themselves for a bit. Just explore before like taking something serious. You know what I mean? But it really adds up. It really adds up. Like 1 or 2, maybe 3 trades. Let me see. This thing's blocking. Maybe 3 trades a month. Yeah, I post this. I share with you guys every day. Every single day I share with you guys. Today I haven't taken any trades. Every single day. I started circling them as well because I saw like it was a bit hard to see the arrows. So now waiting on the first trade. Man, this would have been a beautiful trade to start off the day here. Really nice break. I'm off. Bye-bye. All right, see you later. Marcellum. When should you exit your gold investments? Oh, nice. Let's see. When should you exit your gold investment? I want to hear this. Rubber dubber dub dub. How come I didn't take the breakdown? Because I'm looking for buys.
Gold has a strange reputation. People treat it like something you buy and never touch. It sits in lockers, in demat accounts, in bonds, quietly doing its job. But here's the thing. Gold is not meant to be held forever. It's not a business. It doesn't grow earnings. It doesn't pay you anything. It just moves with sentiment, fear, inflation, and global uncertainty. Which means there are times when holding on stops making sense. When gold starts taking over your portfolio, this is one of the most common situations. Gold rallies, prices go up, and suddenly what was 10% of your portfolio becomes 20% or more. At that point, you're no longer using gold as a hedge. You're overexposed to it. That's usually a good time to trim. Not exit completely, but take some money off the table and bring things back to balance. When prices run up too fast, gold tends to spike when there's panic, wars, inflation scares, currency issues. If you see prices jumping quickly over a short period, it's often driven by sentiment more than fundamentals. That's usually your window. You don't need to guess the top. Nobody gets that right consistently, but selling a bit into strength is almost always better than waiting for the perfect moment. When you actually need the money, this sounds obvious, but it's where people hesitate the most. If you've been saving for something, a house down payment, your child's education, a big expense, and gold has done well, that's exactly when it's meant to be used. Holding on for a little more upside can backfire. The purpose of gold is to show up when you need it. When something else looks more attractive, sometimes the decision has nothing to do with gold itself. If other investments start offering better opportunities, maybe equities are correcting and becoming attractive, or fixed income is offering higher rates, it can make sense to move some money out of gold. Gold works best as a stabilizer. It's not usually where long-term growth comes from. When the environment changes, gold does well in certain conditions. High inflation, global uncertainty, weak currencies. If those conditions start easing and interest rates are rising, gold often loses momentum. That doesn't mean you exit everything, but it's a signal to reassess. One last thing people miss. How you hold gold matters when you exit. Selling jewelry comes with deductions. ETFs are easier. Sovereign gold bonds are best held till maturity because of tax benefits. So the decision is not just when to exit, but how. The bottom line, gold is useful. It protects you when things go wrong, but it's not something you hold blindly. The smartest investors treat it like a tool. They use it, rebalance it, and yes, they sell it when the job is done.
The job finished? Job's not finished. Is it done? I don't think so. Yeah, but that's like gold is a very good for wealth preservation. But if you're gonna use it, I guess, just like any other market, it goes up and down, correct? Like you can see here on the daily, massive like pullbacks that we saw, like price dip from here to here. It's about 20.60% dip over there. So it's a pretty big dip. Even from here to here to here to 4100 psychological. That was a 21.73% dip. Right after the retracement back from the first crazy dip pullback. Actually, if you take it from the top, that's like 24.43%. So I guess, but in the long term, we're expecting that gold we're gonna still move up, right? It's still gonna move up. So wealth preservation wise, it's pretty good. to hold on to if you got like you need somewhere to park your money, you know. That's why people like buy art, land, property, gold, silver, that sort of thing. But if you're trying to get like liquid, you need a skill that can, or something that can get you, like that's the thing with trading. It's super exponential, right? So if you want to get liquid, I wouldn't say like holding gold would be the way to try and get rich. Like the way people hold Bitcoin, for example. You know, you need some kind of like a business that can help you get liquid like that quick. Within 5 years would be a good target, I would say. After 5 years doing any kind of business, you don't want to be still kind of breaking even and still kind of struggling. Usually like 5 years is typically the mark to see a lot of exponential growth if you really lock in. Correct? So I think with gold, what happened is this is catering for the masses, because the masses usually don't understand markets, correct? So they're usually always coming in at the late. It's I don't know how they do it, but they're always like somehow not knowing about this, because social media picks up a lot usually towards the tail end of moves. Like Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was like at 100K, oil here, I mean gold here was already like towards the tail end of its overall move. And trust, like we've been trading these bull runs because we're day traders and we understand markets since the first rate cuts from Powell, which we're already anticipating a bull run from, but people catch on a lot later. So that kind of advice is much better for them, because they already don't, they're gonna like not be involved in markets as much. What is a TFX shotgun indicator? It helps you catch moves and validate moves like for example here. There's a few shotgun plays. Like here, for example, it will kind of like draw it out for you. So when a candlestick closes like this, and it's quite flexible, you can change the metrics in terms of pips, like how many pips you want to risk. But as price is crossing below like a key level of support, you just have to draw the range, right? Like where the support is to where the next the profit target's gonna be. Right here, and then it validates or invalidates the trade setup based off the metrics of TFX concepts. So it's like almost like you think like a training wheels as well, or extra confluence. What about head and shoulder? What about it? Head and shoulder what? Indicator. Is there a way to get a bot to highlight your question if you start with with the help command? Yeah, we could create a command for it. But it wouldn't highlight. If you want your comment to be highlight, you have to send in a super chat. A super chat is like a donation to the stream. That's when it gets highlighted. Or if you're a member of the stream, then you have emoji on your name, then I can see your name a lot clearer. And you just click on here, join. It's like what, 0.50 cents a month, and you get these loyalty badges. Then I can see your name better, because right now everything is gray except like the mods and those who are part of the channel. So yeah, can't see it easily. But you get this, you get like a color. You get access to custom emojis. You get access to Discord role upgrade level 5. If you join TetraFX Elite, that's like $2.49. You pretty much just get access to intermediate level 10 Discord role. So it's just like a flex. Yes, sir. Head and shoulder making on inverse. I'm not paying attention to that, but yeah, we are creating maybe something. I think I see what you're seeing here. Right here, that would be the left. That's the head, and then you're anticipating here. So if we get our entry confirmation, that's a confluence that we'll be looking at for that to happen up. Yeah, perfect. Volume indication. Yeah, that's my volume indicator there. The candles. I just use candles. So like whenever I see price behave like this, I can see that volume is building up. Right? Whenever I see my SMAs crossover, those are momentum indicators. I can see volume if we're trading below them like this and breaking lows, that we can get really nice dips. You see, as soon as we break above the SMA, right over here, then you're seeing price retrace a bit more up. So that's what I use. Simple stuff. And it's all tied to, it's closer tied to the PA and the candles. I guess you could make that same argument for a volume indicator, but they're a little bit more complicated. We gotta trade. Thanks for dropping the commands though. I'm gonna try rewatch the stream and see what commands were sent out. I don't believe you can be overexposed to gold. I've bought small amounts of gold my entire life. It's nice to hold on to. Yes. You gotta hold on to it like a Egyptian. You gotta get buried with it. And your sarcophagus like this. John's gonna be buried with his gold like this. Hey, if you're gonna hold something, hold gold. Mansa Musa style, you know? Yeah, I got Lord of the Rings over here. You see this? I can see head and shoulders from the 62 level as a right shoulder. You see, this is all just rigidly V-shaped reversal structure. Here, there's nothing too obvious yet. I mean, yesterday's stream we got the trade literally at the tail end. It could be the same scenario. If I join one-on-one, can we just have some coffee and chat about life? Yes. Let's see. I got a question, please. When do you stop trading after a loss? Do you go per amount per day or per trade count? Then you stop? Do you take a break after a loss to calm yourself a bit? Yeah, after a loss, I would typically or something's setting up here. After a loss, I would typically give myself like a break to the next session. So if I take a 2% loss in the morning, I think on the next trade, I would reduce my risk to like 1% risk. And if I lose that trade, then I really heavily consider calling it a day. But that's when you should be calling it a day. But if I'm already up for the month and, you know, like I can afford another trade, then I'll try again. But most of the time, I will call it a day if I get to like 3% loss. That's when I'll call it a day, at 3%. And then just look and aim to take a maximum of 2 to 3 trades a day. And spread them out between sessions. So not all at once. Because sometimes the market environment might just not be the best. And no matter what you do, you're just going to lose. Because you're overexposing yourself to a crappy condition. So yeah, I was considering a buy here. It looks like something's setting up. I wish we could set up just a little bit more cleaner. But there's a potential move here. By the break of that high. Like, if it comes down, that'll be perfect. Yeah, come down. 2 seconds. Get in there. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Nice. So I'm gonna take a buy when we break above this high. So the 5 minutes doing. 5 minute fake out. Here we got SMAs in our confluence. 5 minute SMAs at 8 and 50. A little bit of a fake out situation below support by 44,555. We break above these highs. We have a run over here towards like 45.63 level. See what time it is. All right, perfect. So this hourly candle, we're only in 26 minutes of the hourly over here. We have a hourly liquidity grab below here. You see below 45.32. Hourly liquidity grab. We just got a battle with this hourly 8 SMA, which is kind of holding price down. It's been holding the previous hourly downs as well for the most part. So I want to see price creep up a bit more bullish. And then with this liquidity grab, I was expecting this hourly to keep moving up on the HTF. But yeah, it's kind of like setting up here nicely. I hope it's not another sell, because if it breaks below these lows, you're going to see the sellers come in and then probably have to wait for buys up until I think pre-NY. Then I'll just be more lenient on the counter trends and just like look to take them. But for now, I still kind of want to be like biased. Hopefully get a bumper clot. Yep. It's set up. I think I'm happy with this move. See how it looks there on the 1 minute. It looks pretty fair. Boom, boom, boom. Break the high right here. Da-da-da. Yeah, I think it looks pretty solid. Canada futures rise as hopes of Mid-East truce boosts sentiment. You see what I mean, Chad? Like, we're still having that sentiment of easing. So I'm still kind of wanting to be bullish on gold. All right, looks like we're coming in here. Next 1 minute should be the one to break. We're about to get a new 5 minute open. I'd rather create a resistance here, to be honest. If price can create me a resistance instead, as we wait for the new 5 open. Yeah, it's pulling down here nicely. Rather prefer this. Then get the new 5 minute open and then break. It's set up for the sellers as well if it breaks below here, but we're still looking for the buys. It's kind of spinning on the 5 minute there, like the wicks. Wicks wise. A lot of build up. Oh man, these sellers are quite aggressive here. Come on, let's have at least one buy setup. You know, we haven't had a buy confirmation this whole time. Like since the London Open. Not a single one. Like we've been getting the setups and they've just been doing the sells. We haven't had a single buy confirmation yet. It just would set up exactly like this and then give us a sell entry. Look at this. Look at the way that 5 minute fluctuating over there. Here on the broker. It's gonna best. But that's a good thing about having a strategy is that you wait for the setups like this. Because you know like what you're looking for. So it's easier to be patient. Because a lot of time people ask like, you know, how are you going to be patient? That's how you're going to be patient. And it doesn't matter if it takes 10 minutes to get the setup. It doesn't matter if it takes 3 hours to get the setup. As long as you execute on the setup. So let's see, Goldie. Come on, one buy setup. See, it's like kind of like wiki in this zone. But we would have that as SMA confluence if it was to pull up. Oh, 15-minute SMAs look deadly for this 15-minute crossover. That 8 cross the 50 if it comes down, if it just tanks right now. 30 minutes also kind of holding it down a little bit. You can see we're at like a chokehold. You got that 1 hour SMA as well coming down. You see it's still been respecting it. It's like a weight. Yeah, it's like a heavy weight on price. I think that's why we're also not getting the confirmation for the break. I don't want it to break the lows because I know the sellers are coming in here. I think the entry can be a little bit sooner. It's a seller day. It's a seller day. It's a seller session, I think. Let's see if it follows through. It would be still okay if this 1 minute does not close and create a new lower low. It can spike, and then if it pulls up to still respect the structure, that would be nice. But I don't want too far of a dip below. So you're gonna use that as a liquidity grab here. Because we've just been getting sells, man. Like, how many sells need to play out before one buy? Be nice. That'll be nice confluence if we start ripping up now, because now we've got the liquidity grab. You can see here on the on the 5-minute. Nice liquidity grab down below. Sometimes price is going to do that little fetch, of course, if it's trying to break above levels. Especially, we've had these days where you're going to see a lot of liquidity grabs. Like, you'll keep doing this, move up a bit, do that. Oh, you gotta let the market come to you. Never force your entry just because you're impatient. Take a before picture. Then you gotta analyze it better afterwards and see if you were in the right state of mind or if you were just forcing entries based off the fact that you've been waiting for long. So I would say as far as that goes, this is a proper entry. I don't think I'm rushing into anything. Looks to be there. Boom. Let's clear out the charts a bit. Oh, here we go. Volume coming in. Looks like that candle here is about to close. I wanted to see it close bearish. Oh no. Nah, there's no entry, no entry, no entry. No entry here. I need a candlestick to close bearish. Because I was expecting this candle here to break. Since this candle didn't break, I'm waiting for, I'll wait for the next 5-minute open here in the next 1 minute or 30 seconds. I was expecting either one of these two to freaking break. Either this one or this one. But now since they're not breaking, I'd rather wait for that resistance to be formed. The new 5-minute to open up first. That'll be perfect. Just like that. If it just gives us like a nice strong closure. Strong bearish closure. Nice. Then get a fresh new 5-minute open here. Beautiful. Now rebreak of the highs and I'm in. It's like a game of cat and mouse. We've been playing here all day. See how much further did this wick come? Did it break? No, I think that wick actually came right where this other wick here was. Holy. Gotta take a 30-minute nap now. Being old is scary. And I feel you, man. Power naps. Gotta get those power naps in. Alright, 5-minute came down, created a bottom wick on the 5. I'm waiting for us to break out of this zone. It's gonna keep moving up bullish. See how candlestick's about to break. Like a few seconds. Power nap. Look at the way the 5-minute here is chopping up. That's why when you get a break, when price chops up like this, when you get a break and it's a meaningful break, it should give a pretty decent push because of like all this stagnation. I hope it's not going for the sell again. Sellers coming in heavy. Credit support here would also be very clean for the move up. The previous week also tagged you in. You see Zoli, our what do you call it? Our prediction thing. He said there's gonna be buyers, timid buyers, getting stuck into positions. I'm telling you, there's something about that trading view tarot reading, which is always so closer to the truth than you would think. So far, like every time we do it, it's crazy. That like timid buyers will be getting stuck in too early. Or like that timid buyers would be affected today. So you see, we've just been waiting for a solid break. Timid, yeah. Anyway, don't trade from 7 to 8 a.m. What time zone though? I got tapped in. Maybe I screwed up the entry, then full SL. Yeah, that's true. Taking a before screenshot is some of the best advice you can get. Crazy how different some setups look when you look back at them. Yep. Especially when you've been looking at a charts for like, let's say right now it's been like almost 3 hours. This time it took freaking long. Usually if you don't get it within the first hour, it's a bit weird. But the thing is, there's been setups. There's been plenty of them, just like sells. That's the only thing. So if you're looking for a sell today, you would have actually got some nice moves. Let's see that volume still kind of come back in here. Shotgun down. Oh yeah, shotgun down. And it's a pretty healthy top wick to re-break the lows over here. I'm still waiting, man, on this bomber clot. I still think there should be a bomber clot for this session. It's literally the same thing that happened yesterday, chat. Like, we're probably going to get it at the same time. Yesterday was what, like 222? Yeah, no, 655. 655, and now it's 647. So let's see. Sometimes it happens like that, like where I'm going to get my setups like at the same time. Or like roughly the same time. If you look at the spreadsheet, look at the times and when they're happening. They're pretty close to each other, you'll see. Links in the description. It's how we catch runners sometimes as well. Because we notice that during a specific time, the market likes to move a specific way. And it can happen for maybe, you know, like 3 days, maybe 4 days. Oh, is that a 5-minute open soon? I would much rather prefer if the next 2 1-minute candles were to close and we get like a fresh 5-minute. But if it breaks, and you know, we will just take it. Because look at the size of these previous 5 minutes over here. Of my broker. You see this? This is about 116 pips. So from here to here, this would be 116 pips all the way up until here. This 5-minute could potentially do on a good confirmation. Hey, if it breaks these lows, I'm gonna just look for those sells later then. No big deal. I've been seeing them play out today.
Just want to say thanks, Vic, for all the knowledge you share on here for free, man. Watching your stream and simplifying my trading has been a massive breakthrough for me.
Oh man, I'm glad to hear it. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Here comes a break.
Starting payouts this year, while I don't trade exactly like you, seeing how you draw supports and resistance has been a game changer.
Thanks, bud. We're getting a new 5 open here soon in like 10 seconds. It'll be nicer if we get that new 5. Fresh candle. Fresh bread out the bakery. Don't you dare break, Goldies. 5 seconds, chill. Alright, new 5-minute. I think this might be the 5 that creates the break. We've gotten a closure above resistance as well. A little shotgun play. But not enough clean range on the first. Oh man, I really gotta go wee. It's the same time we're gonna get it. Literally the same time like yesterday. The setup comes. We're a little we're about like 5 minutes ahead though. Oh, behind. Here comes the break. Oh my days, so close to the break. Like 17 seconds. All right, I got triggered. Did we hit 16? We did hit 16. If it comes back to entry, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna manage if it re-breaks those lows. Come on, fly, Goldie. No, where's the volume? Come on, you got this, Goldie. Come on, push. If it re-breaks, I'm closing. That's how I'd manage my trade. Make sure break even. It's good if you got a good entry. So close to 20 right there. Alright, wrong, Goldie. Come on, fly, Goldie. So close to 20 pips. Jeez, why is it struggling so much right there? Make sure you secure something if you get through that level. Put your stops to break even. Stop loss should be at break even. Come on, fly, Goldie. Stop playing. Oh, you serious, Goldie? Damn, look at these sellers. Where do they get their nerve? Look at the way it's fluctuating right now. That's crazy. That's crazy, chat. Literally like, what, 1 pip away? It's fluctuating like this? Doesn't make sense. Come on now. Oh, nice. Securing something here, chat. Awesome. Let's go. Oh my days. My broker's not closing me. My broker's not freaking closing me. Close me, broker. I secured 600 pips on that. God damn it. Oh my days. Look at this shit. My broker's not closing me, bro. Close me, god damn it. Close me. Oh, man. My broker fucked me on that. Fucked me on that one. I secured 600 pips, man. Come on. But anyway, if you manage to secure something, awesome. Man, I can't believe it. That's crazy. Y'all saw that live. Gotta send them a freaking message. Y'all saw that live. This is IC Markets. This is IC Markets, bro. Y'all saw that live. Crazy, chat. Crazy. But I'm sure y'all managed to secure something here. It went up like 30. About like 30 pips. Hey, it happens from time to time. It's diabolical, man. You saw how long it was holding, bro? Like, that was crazy. Could at least take me out at 400. Anyway, good trade. I can't complain. I'm up like freaking 100% on the month anyway. Of course, they're going to be like, hey, what's this guy doing over here? They're like, hey, hold up now. That's not the agreement that we had. It's okay. Now imagine if I was trading on a prop firm, guys. Do you think I can be realistically a prop firm trader? I don't think so. Even if I followed all the rules, I would still not be allowed. It's not for me. I'm not the target audience for prop firms. They'll easily just kick me out. Easy. IC markets, maybe they're gonna pull some tricks like this from time to time, but yeah, anyway. Never seen a better advert for futures traders? Hey man, no worries, bro. I'm good. I'm good. Like I'm not planning on going to futures anytime soon. Bro, I'm doing pretty well, man. But yeah. I get you. Blueberry Market is the only broker I know that doesn't lag. I might try them out actually. I'll have a look. But yeah, W trade, everybody. Well done. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Something close to genius.
Well, when he's around, you've always got a chance. Muchas gracias, afición. Este para vosotros.
So the streak continues. 12th streak now. I mean, I can't complain, man. I'm blessed, bro. Like $295 doing what I love, sitting here with you fine folk. Like, life could be a lot worse than a little slippage, a little lag. Life could be a lot worse. So I'm grateful, man. Like, even that's enough for me to be happy. You gotta thank the Lord always. Not be too greedy. Yes, sir. Green is green. At least we've been blessed with a skill. Doesn't matter if this happens. I could lose everything today and still make it back. That's a beautiful thing about having a skill. But I think what that initial reaction was just build up. Because dude, we waited almost 3 hours for this. And it came at 650. And look at this. Our last trade here came at 655. I tell you, there's a correlation to the setups. If you look at this right here. Step into the matrix, Neo. Look at this. 2:22 a.m. 2:27. 2:22 a.m. Again, you start to realize you gotta get these setups roughly around the same times. It's possible. It's possible. 7:15, 7:10, 7:03. It hesitated. Like, you could see how it was hesitating because so far I've been watching the what do you call it? The sells play out. We've not been seeing the buys play out. So this was the first buy entry. Correct? This is the first buy entry over here. And you could see it was hesitating, correct? It was like kind of hesitating. And you know that what happened yesterday? Candlestick just nutted at this time. So like after we got the buy confirmation, maybe we might get the same effect here. And then candlestick just nutted. Could be worse. Could be living in the Middle East. Yep. Someone said best futures ad. You're still gonna lose. Even if you trade futures, you're still going to lose. There's not amount of clean entry you can get. Like if you're not profitable, you're not profitable. Even if you get the cleanest execution, the cleanest TPs, the less latency, it won't make a difference. If you're not profitable, you're not profitable. That's just an excuse that futures traders gonna say. And also because they're gonna say it because they also were forced to use futures. Before that, they had access to meta quotes. But now a lot of people trade futures, they mostly from the US. So they don't have the access. So they start to make these excuses which feel good. But it will make a difference. It will make a difference. I had that hard conversation with myself already. After my third blown account. I used to make a lot of excuses, but I've had that conversation with myself. Looks like it did not this time. Kind of just came back into the range. Got some orders in here. Boom, boom, boom. Trying to move up. That was a 5-minute area I was talking about on the right here to tap into the zone. It's like 45.63 area. Nice little liquidity grab. Looks like it just went for more orders there on the 5-minute. You can see it like pull down like this, then shoot up again. Bro, you're profitable. Is a journey recap first stream. Oh, just because we had that poll running the other day? Well, they can still trade. If you look at a gold here, it's the same thing. This is futures, isn't it? It's the same thing. GC1. But this is 10 minutes behind here for my trading view. Isn't it? Still kind of the same thing. It lagged a bit here. Retrace entries and then shot up again. Oh, Lee, look at Goldie. Goldie's flying. Run, Goldie.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Let's go. Let's fly, Goldie. Red Bull gives you wings. Now it's coming to the first breakout. That initial breakout that we wanted to have. There was like a big fake out. You could even imagine this whole zone over here as a huge V-shaped reversal. Look at that. Boom, boom, V-shaped reversal into this next setup right over here. Here. Breaking the high again now. That was the initial entry. This was the initial entry, chat. Man, this is the one that I really wanted right here earlier. Let's come back to that level. See, like the buyers are waking up again. You see where they're even coming from? You see, there was no buy if you notice something, look at how specific it is. There was no buy confirmations here the whole time. Look at where we got it, and look at what price is doing right now. This is not luck. It's TFX concepts. I hope you can see the difference. To when those potential, like if you get these crazy moves, how they come out of areas. Right? You see there was no buy confirmations here whatsoever. It was just the sells. And then we finally got our buy, and look at what price is doing. It's looking a little bit more parabolic. Underrated. Fly, Goldie, fly. Maybe try again later. I'll call it a day. What to do? Depends on platforms like Lucid Trading. Also, they are really nice, but Apex is bullshit after bullshit. Let's see new hour open if we have fireworks like 2 previous days. We got the new hourly? Yeah, we're 7 minutes in. Got that one full on this hesitation. At least that would make a nice clip, I suppose. Why I'm cooking so good? When the broker, the title is gonna be, well, what should we name the real title, chat? I'm gonna clip this. When the broker doesn't want you to profit, up 100%, broker tired. I've never milked them like this before, chat. Well, not like slowly like this. In the initial phases, you're gonna obviously over risk. You know, you're gonna risk like 5% a trade. You can quickly get up to 100%, easily flip. But not like this. This is like a slow cut. We call these like paper cuts. You're getting like paper cuts over here. Every day. Small paper cuts. POV. Broker is tired. A nice one, John. Very nice move. Was there a point in time when you traded 30-minute breakouts? No. But it happens on all time frames though. Because markets are fractal. So it would be like what you're seeing happening here could even be a quarterly play. That was the actual move. That was the buy move we've been waiting for the whole time. All the way from London Open. Do you not feel any FOMO when you see a trade rip? What helps you get to that point? As I said, like once you have the skill, there's nothing much that can deter you. Like slippages, things like latency, missing out on bumper clots. It doesn't deter you because you know at the end of the month, at the end of the year, there's a certain result that you get. That's why I urge people to focus on their education, but no one listens to me. Everybody just wants to go for prop firms. So, I mean, it's just going to take them time to realize this. In the market, it's very simple. You're either profitable or not. It's black and white. So that's why you got to focus on building character every day. Getting good at FOMO, at spotting your entries, at managing your risk. It's character development. It cannot be skipped. People think you can skip it, but you can't. You can't half-ass this, guys. Like, if you're still half-assing trading, then just, you know, it's going to take longer for you. If you're going to do something, do it right. I remember this is something that stuck with me ever since I was a kid. I used to get a lot in trouble as a kid. Obviously, like a lot of kids do anyway. And my older brother used to tell me, like, every time I used to get caught doing something with my parents, he says, if you're going to do something, do it right. And that stuck with me, like, I think it was like 10 years old or maybe even younger than that. That stuck with me my whole life. If you're going to do something, do it right. Don't half-ass things. But I'm gonna head out here, guys. I will see you tomorrow for the best London session stream. Take care, everybody. And remember, don't over risk, don't over trade. And I'll see you in the next one. Adios.